Now my sweet summer is gone.
What if?
We inspired each other to take risks.
What if?
They asked me how I learn best.
What if?
What if we took more time to really listen to our students?
What if?
Everyone had someone to look up to.
What if?
We empowered students to make their own choices.
What if?
Every student had their person.
And when the lights start flashing like a photo booth, and the stars exploding, we'll be fireproof.
No one inspires like a teacher. Empower your students and lead them to find their own what-if moments.
What if?
We recognize that we all learn differently.
What if?
We reach out to someone who needs it really badly. What if we focus on what we can do?
What if my teacher procrastinates just like me? What if?
We never give up on each other!
Cross your fingers, here we go. And when the lights start flashing like a photo booth, and the stars explode, we'll be fireproof.
What if we simply
Unplug.
What if?
Everyone knew my teacher has really good hearing.
What if my teacher inspired me to go to college and be a teacher too?
Hello, my name is Bob Hunley, and I appreciate the opportunity to bring you greetings today on behalf of the school board. I'm always excited about the beginning of another school year. As a graduate of Hanover County Schools and now a parent of recent graduates, and with one still at Atlee, my wife Nancy and I could not be prouder of the work that you are performing throughout our schools each and every day. Our division's focus is Inspire, Empower, Lead. You will notice that on our new and improved websites. You may hear it from our superintendent, and we hope that you will make it a central focus of your work as educators. We have much to be proud of in Hanover County Public Schools, and the teachers and administrators viewing this presentation are the main source of that pride. Most recently, the Virginia Department of Education and the Governor's Office have recognized 3 of our elementary schools with the Board of Education Excellence Award. The division as a whole, and 5 of our schools individually, received the Board of Education Distinguished Achievement Award. Only 15 school divisions out of 132 across the Commonwealth received this award. Our staff and faculty are second to none, and as a parent, I am very thankful for the dedication and professionalism you bring to your work every day. Your hard work is on full display each year as we see the innovative and creative ways you inspire, empower, and lead our students. You truly can make a difference in the lives of students and their families. The school board wishes you success in your schools and in your classrooms, and we, along with the superintendent, stand prepared to offer as much support and assistance as possible to ensure that success. We encourage you to share your thoughts and ideas with your colleagues and with us. The more we share with each other, the more potential we have for improving the education of all students. Your dedication and commitment to student success makes a difference in their lives and positively affects the entire community. On behalf of the school board, thanks for all that you do, and have a great year.
Good morning and welcome back. On behalf of the Board of Supervisors, we want to say thank you for all that you do.
As the community embarks on its favorite time of the year, back to school, we want to recognize all that you do in teaching our children and being a community partner. You know, it's a great privilege to teach children, but it's also a great responsibility, and this board recognizes your efforts. We live in the greatest country this world's ever known. However, when the Declaration of Independence was written, the vast majority of Americans, or what would soon be Americans, could not read and had to have their own Declaration of Independence read to them. So just imagine, a small child in a class one day learning to read can then use those tools for lifelong learning. So what a great privilege it is to have that responsibility to teach children. Please know that the Board of Supervisors, in great teamwork with our school board and Dr. Gill, want to support all that's good in our school systems. We appreciate the feedback that we get from the schools, and we appreciate the advocacy that the school board has on behalf of parents, teachers, principals, and students. We're here together as a community, not only with the school board and Dr. Gill, but with you, because you're on the front lines every day, putting it on the line so our children will have the best of the best. For that, we're very grateful. So please know that we appreciate you, we thank you, and we wish you all the best. So God bless America, God bless our beloved Hanover County, and welcome back to school.
I'm Julie Hudnall, the 2018 HCPS Innovator of the Year and PE teacher here at Battlefield Park Elementary School. In the spirit of innovation and the idea that all innovation starts from a question and not an answer, I'd like to play a game called Never Have I Ever. The rules are simple. I'm going to call out a scenario that's going to begin with the phrase never have I ever. If you've never done the scenario, you're going to raise your hand. If you have, you're going to keep your hand down. Remember, your administrators are watching and no cheating. Question number 1. Never have I ever given students voice and choice through the use of Flipgrid. In this environment, students get voice and choice regularly through simple ideas such as choice in equipment, distance, or target to something more complex as using Flipgrid to create voice and choice in designing a putt-putt course. Students should have the opportunity to not only learn from others, but share their learning with others as well. Through this idea, I've found that Flipgrid is a very effective tool that allows students to further their learning through collaboration in and out of the classroom. Question number 2. Never have I ever allowed students opportunities for innovation within my classroom. Character traits such as creativity and resilience come directly from the opportunity to innovate. The more opportunities students are given to be innovative, the more creative and resilient they become. This has been shown through the idea of having students create their own workout videos based on the 5 components of fitness. Students are given a component of fitness and must come up with a creative exercise that will improve that component. Then these exercises are compiled into GIFs that are used throughout the school year. Question 3. Never have I ever allowed students to become problem finders or problem solvers through leadership roles. Students need to find tough challenges within their environment and then be able to solve those challenges. These students are called problem finders and problem solvers. However, I think it is beneficial to not let students solve these challenges alone. Students can work on leadership skills during the problem-solving process by peer coaching others. It is through self-progression activities that skills are developed and leadership roles are given life. Students who excel at skills are able to peer coach others, which allow them to move forward. Never have I ever let students utilize QR codes through self-assessment. Self-assessment is a tool that promotes a growth mindset, which allows students to move from an I can't attitude to an I will attitude. Self-assessments are done on a consistent basis through the use of QR codes in an app called Clickers. This idea was taken to the next level when I realized that keeping up with printed QR codes for a gym for an entire school was going to be next to impossible. From this problem came the idea of Clickers magnets or plagnets, which allow students to store their QR codes on a dry erase board and answer questions at the end of class. We also use iPads to self-assess students through an app called Video Delay. This app allows students to perform a skill, then view and critique themselves. Finally, question number 5. Never have I ever networked globally through the use of a professional learning network. And for the last question, it is the idea that innovation does not happen in isolation that drove me to create and expand upon my professional learning network, which has gone from inexistent to being able to network on a global level on a regular basis. Through the use of Twitter and Google Drive, I've been able to collaborate, communicate, and compare lesson plans, ideas, and learn from other educators in a way that has not only improved my level of teaching, but inspired me to have a more developed mindset. It's through my professional learning network that I've been able to grow as an educator in order to create new and better ideas for our students. I'd like to conclude by letting you know that if these questions had been asked to me a few years ago, my hand would have gone up for every single question. This alone shows how strong of a driving force innovation is when it comes to education. For me, it was going above the status quo of what a physical educator looked like and trying to incorporate student-driven learning into my environment. Lastly, I want to leave you with the idea that always look at yourself as an innovator. Innovation is not an enhancement, but a transformation that we're all capable of doing with the support of each other. Have a great 2018-19 school year.
Good morning and welcome to the 2018-19 school year. My name is Paula Drumheller and I am the 2018 Hanover County Teacher of the Year. But first and foremost, I am the school counselor at Henry Clay. In my 20 years of being a school counselor in Hanover County, I never fathomed being honored with this award. So when Dr. Gill, his team, and my family walked into the Henry Clay Library on a sunny afternoon last May, you can imagine my surprise. After getting over the initial shock of the award, my first instinct was to tell my colleagues that I did not earn this award alone. It may sound cliche to say that we're all in this together, but that certainly is true. We all work each day to support our students, and each of our roles is vital to their success. We are all teachers, of course, but we're also counselors, coaches, confidants, protectors, and on some days, even surrogate parents. When I heard about what the theme was going to be for this convocation, What If?, someone asked me if there was one thing that you could wish for all of your students to have, what would it be? That was a difficult question for me to answer because, as you know, as educators, we want many things for our students. But after giving it some thought, I came up with my answer. What if all of our students could have their person? Just like Meredith Grey and Christina Yang had each other on the TV show Grey's Anatomy. What if each of our students could have someone who authentically accepted them for who they are, believed in them, knew their worth, and believed that they could do anything that they set their mind to? Basically, what I'm asking is, what if every student had a hero? When I asked my second graders what comes to their mind when they think of the word hero, I got answers such as superhero powers, superhuman strength, being invisible and flying through the air, and of course, wearing a mask with their underwear over their tights. And while I said yes, those were certainly characteristics of fictional superheroes, I also wanted them to understand that there are everyday heroes all around them all of the time. As a nation, we often celebrate Hollywood stars and professional athletes as heroes. However, I would argue that even though those people may do charitable acts and have enormous talent, they are not heroes. I believe that true heroes are people who are willing to give of themselves, often making personal sacrifices for the benefit of others. Using that as our definition, we can all look to our community, to our neighbors, our families, and our friends, and find everyday heroes. Ordinary people doing ordinary things to make a difference. These people don't wear capes, are not famous, and their heroism might not be widely known, but they nonetheless commit heroic acts every day that have the capacity to change someone's life. An example of one such hero for a Henry Clay student is Mr. Gary Kitterman. Gary, as this student calls him, volunteers his time each week to make a difference in the life of a precocious 7-year-old boy with boundless energy. He gives this student's precious gifts, the gifts of time and attention. For the past 2 years, he has gone above and beyond to make this student feel special, loved, and supported. When this student excitedly runs up to greet Mr. Kitterman with a hug while calling out his name, you can see how much he looks forward to his special Tuesday lunches, because he knows that for 45 minutes, he gets that one-on-one attention that he so desperately craves and deserves. During their time together, Mr. Kitterman exposes him to experiences and knowledge that this student otherwise would not have. Whether or not it's bringing him his favorite foods, reading to him from The Hobbit, playing a board game, or letting him see his amazing antique cars, Mr. Kitterman is broadening this student's world and letting him know that he is cared about. Two very important factors for his resilience. Mr. Kitterman is his hero. We can also see many heroes within our school walls each and every day, because I believe, as do many, that educators are also heroes. When I asked some of my colleagues why they wanted to become educators, shockingly, not a single one said it was because of the huge salary. And while their words may have changed slightly, the theme was consistent. These educators wanted to make a difference in the life of a child, thereby making a difference in the world. Educators are the perfect example of my original definition of a hero, someone who gives of themselves, often making personal sacrifices to benefit others. As educators, we often sacrifice time with our families to create engaging lesson plans for our students, to grade papers, or even to go to our students' soccer games and ballet recitals. We often sacrifice the ability to have a lunch that's not frozen, or pack the night before in a plastic container. And on some days, we even sacrifice eating lunch altogether, and we certainly sacrifice the ability to go to the bathroom whenever we need to. As educators, we make these sacrifices to help children learn. Of course, we help them learn academic content, but we also help them to learn to become happy, healthy, and productive members of society. We help them learn how to get along with, listen to, and respect others regardless of our differences. We help them to learn to solve problems, be perseverant, regulate their emotions, and cope with change. We help them to learn to believe in themselves, that they are worthwhile, and that they are cared about. We help them to learn that no matter their life circumstances, they have the ability and the opportunity to change those circumstances. We help them to learn to have hope. And when all of these teachings are put together, we, as educators, are helping them learn to be resilient, to be able to rise above and even flourish in the face of adversity. I've seen countless examples of heroic actions, both big and small, that can make a difference. In fact, it's these seemingly simple gestures, the ones that we make each and every day, that can plant seeds that will continue to grow throughout a child's life. And now, I'd like you to hear that for yourselves from your students.
What if everyone knew that my teacher
is a hero because she plays with us at recess when we are lonely.
My teacher motivates me to stay on track.
She does not yell, "Do this." She tells us nicely.
Because he respects all his students. He even tells cheesy jokes that aren't that funny, but make you laugh anyway.
Because she cares for us and keeps us safe whenever there is a fire drill.
What if everyone knew that my teacher is a hero because she is always supportive and wants to be involved in our lives, but isn't too pushy about it?
He said he wants to be just like me if he ever grows up.
What if everyone knew that my teacher is a hero because my teacher gives her students second chances and never gives up on us?
As you heard, the simple, caring actions that we do each and every day can have a huge impact on our students' lives. And when you change the life of a student, you are changing the world one child at a time. Please do not ever underestimate the impact that you have on the lives of your students. Because as Dr. Seuss says, to the world you are one person, but to one person you may mean the world. My hope for you this school year is that you will celebrate your successes no matter how small, and that you will support one another on the tough days. Because as I said before, we truly are all in this together. My challenge for you is to be someone's hero, because our students certainly need them. Congratulations on starting yet another amazing school year, and thank you for all that you do to support the students of Hanover County.
What if? Those are two simple, yet incredibly powerful words. It says, I can imagine, I can dream, and I can envision something better in the future. We often hear children imagining fantastic things and prefacing those thoughts to their friends with, what if? In that same spirit, here is my what if. What if, as adults, we allowed ourselves to imagine the possibilities of a world in which we too still dreamed as children dreamed? What if, as students got older, we encouraged them to continue to dream the same way as when they were 5 or 6 years old and inspired them to create the better world they dreamed about? What if, as adults, as educators, we imagined the world that our students will live in when they are our age and then planned our lessons with that in mind? What if we took a risk and listened to our students and gave them some say in what they learn, how they learn it, and how they demonstrate mastery? What if we took the time every day to remember both students and adults alike all have many interests, many worries, and many cares, and that all of us function better when someone takes the time to see, to help, and to inspire the whole person? So my what if is actually several what ifs, not unlike children who try to outdo their friends in imagining the most outlandish what if scenario. However, I don't think that any of these ideas are ones that are hard to support. They simply can be hard to remember in the busyness of our lives. This year, more than anything else, that's exactly what I'm going to ask that we all try to do, though. That is, remember that each of us has a story. We want a chance for our story to be heard and understood by people who care. We want to dream, and we want to be inspired by people who tell us that not only is it okay to dream, but actually want us to do so. When we approach each day like that, our students cannot help but be successful. For the past couple of years, we have focused on providing the most relevant, equitable, and innovative experiences possible for our students. We need to continue to focus on these things as they matter mightily in the education of our students. Students need to know how lessons will benefit them. Relevance is the first step in engagement. They need resources and opportunities provided in an equitable manner, and they need to have innovative thinking modeled for them by us so that they can come up with novel solutions to real-world problems. But the foundation for allowing any of this to take place is making sure a student feels comfortable in his or her surroundings, not only on day 1, but on day 72 and throughout the school year. So what if, despite the hectic schedules we all have, if we took the time to remind ourselves every morning that we don't teach subjects, we teach students. Wonderful, complex, sometimes frustrating, but always amazing students. We need to listen to them, inspire them, and right alongside them, not be afraid to ask, what if? What if we did this every day? Well, there's a definite answer for that one. It will make 2018-2019 the best school year ever in the minds of many. I know we can do it, so let's get started. It's going to be a great year.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. Or may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. Or may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all.